Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about what I would do if I lost my entire perfume collection and I had to start replacing from scratch. These 10 perfumes are realistically probably the first 10 fragrances in my collection that I would replace. And I say realistically because I've got a ton of discontinued stuff that would be hard to replace. I've got some expensive things that I would want to replace, but I probably wouldn't be able to do it. You know, I'd probably have to do that slowly. These are 10 fragrances that are realistic. Like, I could start replacing them immediately. They're still available. They're relatively easy to find. These would be the fragrances that I would want back immediately because I wear them a lot. I love them. They're some of my most favorite, like, cozy, perfect me fragrances that I would feel like I needed to replace immediately. So I've got 10 here. I'm gonna jump right in. Okay, the first one. I would immediately have to replace Dior Addict. I love this perfume. This is just a me kind of perfume. This is dark, warm, cozy. It's orange blossom and jasmine. This one is bourbon vanilla in the base. The original has tonka in it. Even though this one supposedly doesn't have tonka bean in it, it smells like it's got tonka bean to me. It absolutely smells like tonka to me. I adore this perfume. This is my favorite kind of fragrance. I would wear this winter, summer, day, night, I don't care. I'll wear this perfume anytime I feel like wearing it. I'll pull it out and wear it. I just love it. To me, this is just a staple. I would have to replace it immediately. It would be one of the first. And it's a Dior that has been reformulated a couple of times, but it has not been butchered yet. So I would have to immediately replace this one. I would get a big, huge bottle of it to start over again with. You can pick this up at Ulta. You can probably find it on FragranceNet, but it's probably not any cheaper than what you would find on Ulta. So yeah, this is one of the first that I would immediately get on and order. So that is Dior Addict. Okay, next is my most favorite Dreamhouse Ikiryo fragrance. I could not live without this. I would immediately have to get on and reorder this. This is Dreamhouse Ikiryo White Rabbit. This has filled the place that Givenchy Amarige used to hold. I love Givenchy Amarige, don't get me wrong. I still adore that fragrance to this day. Kind of takes me back to high school. It's just one of the most beautiful white florals ever. But White Rabbit is that. White Rabbit is like the marriage of the beautiful white florals and a delicious gourmand fragrance. And it's so funny because after I watched Claire, or Smurfy Girly here on YouTube, after I watched her talk about White Rabbit, she smells like a really strong rhubarb. And now every time I smell this, that's what I'm gonna smell. Because that's exactly what it does smell like. It smells like, see, I would always separate the white florals from like the caramel. But if you smell it and smell the white florals and the caramel, you smell it all as one composition. That's what it smells like, is rhubarb. It's delicious. It's so good. I love it. It is definitely my favorite Dreamhouse Ikiryo fragrance. I love it. And I couldn't live without it. I would have to repurchase this immediately. So anyways, that is Dreamhouse Ikiryo White Rabbit. Next we have a Lush fragrance. This is a fragrance that I've had in my collection for probably the past 13 years or so. And I could not live without this perfume. It's a comfort fragrance for me. I wear this to bed a lot. I just absolutely adore this fragrance. That is Lush Vanillary. It's beautiful. This is basically vanilla and jasmine and tonka, and it's stunning. It's unlike any other vanilla that you've ever smelled. It definitely is not a typical vanilla. It's not an edible vanilla. It's not a gourmand vanilla. It's like a perfumey floral vanilla with the coziness of the tonka in the base. It's beautiful. It's an absolute beast of a fragrance. It lasts forever, and it's just perfection. I love it. It's a staple in my collection, and I could not live without this. And I would have to immediately repurchase this if I lost my entire collection. So that is Lush Vanillary. This next one, this one surprised me, but when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I would have to have this because the perfume that it smells like has been discontinued. This is a fragrance from Women's Secret, and this is called Eau My Secret. This is such an easy reach for me. I wear this fragrance all of the time. This smells identical to YSL Manifesto, which I really, really love. And Manifesto has been discontinued. It's becoming way more difficult to find. It's gotten really, really expensive. I do have a partial bottle and then a backup bottle of it, but I usually don't even wear my Manifestos because I've got this. It smells just like it. This is like a $12 bottle of perfume. This actually performs really well. And yeah, I would repurchase this immediately. I mean, this would probably be one of the very first things that I repurchase because it's so inexpensive, so readily available. You can find this on FragranceNet, and it's just for the price. It's such a great little gem. It smells just like Manifesto. So yeah, I would repurchase this one immediately. So that is Women's Secret, Eau My Secret. Okay, this next one is not gonna be a surprise to anybody. I could not live without this perfume. YSL Libre Intense. I would have to have this perfume. In fact, this might be the very first perfume I rebought because to me, this isn't, like, I can wear this any time of year, any time of day. This is comfort in a bottle for me. This is lavender and orange blossom and vanilla and tonka. It's sweet, it's syrupy, it's everything that I love in a perfume. It's readily available, it's affordable, it's all the things. So this might be the very first thing that I repurchased because, I mean, I could wear this as a signature. I could wear this every day, day and night for months straight, and I would not get tired of it. I love it. I love it that much. So yeah, YSL Libre Intense. I love every version of YSL Libre. I would take any version. Yeah, I would take Le Parfum, I would take Intense, I would take the original, I would take the EDT. Like, I would take any version of them, or I would take any version of it, but this is my absolute ride or die favorite version. It's perfection. So that is YSL Libre Intense. Okay, this next one, this one's a little bit more pricey, but it's not that pricey. Like, you can find this on discount websites for such a good price. This is another one. I could not live without this. This would be right behind Libre. I would immediately repurchase this. This is Etat Libre d'Orange, like this. I couldn't live without this. This is another one that I will wear anytime. Summer, winter, fall, spring, does not matter. I will wear it any time of year, any time of day. It is perfection. This is comfort in a bottle for me. This is Immortelle and ginger. It's cozy, it's warm, it's beautiful. My husband loves this fragrance. Anytime I wear this, he tells me how good I smell. I get tons of compliments on this fragrance. There's nothing like groundbreaking about this or super, super special, but to me, it smells really special, and it's just very, very comforting and cozy and light, and it's not overpowering. It's not, I mean, it's just a perfect fragrance. It's a perfect fragrance, and I could not live without it. I would have to purchase it immediately. So that is Etat Libre d'Orange, like this. This next one, this one would be hard for me because what I would probably do is find a dupe for this, because the newest formulation of this fragrance is not good. But it's the scent profile that I would have to find immediately. So this is Dior Hypnotic Poison, and I absolutely adore this perfume. It's caraway and jasmine and almond. It's gorgeous. Again, it's everything that I love in a perfume. It's warm, it's cozy, it's comforting. This is an old signature of mine, so I really, really have a connection to it. I just absolutely adore this perfume. I probably would not repurchase the newest formulation of this though, because the newest formulation of this is trash. Dior has absolutely butchered it. It doesn't smell the same. It smells much too synthetic now. It doesn't last, it like performs like trash now. It's just not a very good perfume anymore. This one I almost didn't pull because I was like, it's not very realistic to be able to find that, because I would have to look for a discontinued, or I would have to look for an original formulation bottle, which is expensive and usually not easy to find. But there's so many dupes of this on the market. I could get a Dior dupe, I could get, which is probably what I would end up doing. I'd probably just get the Dior dupe, or even the La Rive dupe is decent. There's so many fragrances on the market that are dupes of this that I would just end up, I would have to have this scent in my life though. So I would probably not get this, but I would get a dupe of it. But yeah, I couldn't live without Hypnotic Poison because I absolutely adore it. So that is Dior Hypnotic Poison. This next one, I would have to have a vanilla back in my life immediately, and this is probably the vanilla that I would go for. This is LaVanila Pure Vanilla. This is the one I would go for because number one, this isn't just a run-of-the-mill vanilla. This is a complex vanilla. It's got a ton of notes in it. It's an expensive smelling vanilla. It's a grown-up smelling vanilla. This isn't like your typical, I'm gonna smell like a vanilla candle kind of vanilla. It's not a gourmand vanilla. It's very complex, perfumey vanilla. This is also an old signature of mine. I wore this back in the 2000s and I absolutely adored it. I've had this in my collection forever, for years and years. And I would not be able to live without it. I love this. It's beautiful. It's such an easy to reach for fragrance for me. Do I think it's safe? No, but it's a fragrance I would not be able to live without. I just absolutely adore it. So anyways, that is Pure Vanilla from LaVanila. Okay, I would have to have a floral in my collection, or I would have to have a floral like immediately. And I went back and forth with this one. I was like, I knew it would have to be a Chloe. I knew that my floral would have to be a Chloe. And I went back and forth between this one and just Chloe, the EDP Chloe, just the beautiful watery rose. I ended up going with this one though. This is Chloe Love Story. And the reason that I went with this one is because this is just to me a perfect floral. You get a little bit of that kind of original Chloe in it, a little bit of the kind of rosy, like sweet, innocent Chloe rose, but this has got a bunch of different floral. I think this has got Stephanotis in it, which Stephanotis is jasmine, but it's jasmine from Madagascar. But yeah, this is just beautiful. It's just a perfect floral in my opinion. It's easy, it's sweet, it's delicate. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. It's a perfect floral. I thought about Burberry London as well, but this one, I think Chloe Love Story is even easier than Burberry London, which is the only reason. I went back and forth with those two as well, and I was like, well, I think Love Story is just a little bit easier, and if I had to choose one or the other, I think I would choose Chloe Love Story to come back into my collection first. So yeah, this is the floral that I would pick. I love it. I love it. I love Chloe fragrances in general. I'm such a fan of Chloe. I'm also such a fan of Burberry. I think they both make amazing floral fragrances. But yeah, ultimately, this is the one that I would just have to have. So anyways, that is Chloe Love Story. And then last but not least, I would have to have like a fall fragrance, but one that wasn't too expensive, one that I know smells super good, because fragrances, like finding a good fragrance like this is very hard to find. I went back and forth between this and CJ Scents, and I love my CJ Scents fragrances and they're super affordable, and I would definitely replace them. My Pumpkin Tobacco and my Boo, I would replace those probably pretty immediately as well. But there's something about Luscious Pumpkin from Ganache, and I bought this before Ganache sold to somebody else, so I have no idea, and I have not bought anything from the house since, so I have no idea what the fragrances are like now. Maybe somebody can tell me. But Luscious Pumpkin, the only thing that made me choose this one over any of the others is this one has some sort of a booze note in it, and oh, it just smells so delicious. Now, when I think about it though, this one does not perform as well as my CJ scents, so I think I would actually probably end up going with Boo. I would probably end up buying Boo before Luscious Pumpkin just because it performs super well. It smells just as good as this one. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about performance. So I guess if I had to choose between the two, I would go with my CJ scents because they perform so much better than this one. But I am obsessed with how this smells. It smells like a delicious pumpkin Swiss roll or something, but with booze in it. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. So good. So yeah, I would have to have some kind of a cozy fall scent because I will spray this on at night sometimes. Sometimes I'll just spray it on. Even in the dead of the summer, I don't care. I will just feel like wearing it, and so I'll just spray it on. So I would need something like this in my life, like immediately. So yeah, that is Luscious Pumpkin from Ganache, or more likely I would probably go with Boo from CJ Scents. But anyways, you guys, I would love to hear what fragrances you would have to replace immediately in your collection if you lost your entire collection and had to start all over again. I want to hear what fragrances you could not live without. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.